I was emotionally and psychologically abused by my spirit guides and
it's too early. Now, I covered their face because, number one, I'm not here to invalidate the experience that they had. And number two, I don't want anybody, like, going and ripping on this person. But this is an excellent reason of why we tell any person who is getting into this, and by into this, I mean anything in the occult dealing with talking to your spirit guides or working with deities or other entities. This is why so many of us older ones that have been in the path for a while tell y'all to not even touch that when you first come into this, because that is not your spirit guides. It's really that simple. It's not your spirit guides. Your spirit guides will never, ever, ever, ever abuse you, tell you to do wrong things. It doesn't exist. And when you first get into the occult and stuff like that, you, regardless of age, you don't have the discernment to know what you're working with. That's why I put up videos of how your spirit guides talk to you and stuff like that. It's not your spirit guides. If they're doing something negative, it's just not. That's not how this works. Your guides are sent to you by the divine, whatever you want to call that. Like, whatever it is that you want to call that, or you want to call God or whatever else. And it just doesn't exist. Period. Ever. So if there is something messing with you, that is not a spirit guide. That's not a deity. It's not how that works. You have to learn. This is why we tell y'all to start off with things like learning ingredients. Just learn those first. And then learn basic protections for yourself, so that stuff like this doesn't happen. And then learn how spirit guides communicate, so that you're not fooled by what they do. And I have that stuff on my page. So if you need it, go through the pages. It's on there. All right, love, peace, and chicken grease. So, although I am well educated in abnormal psychology, I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but I know enough to give some advice on this, okay? The line between spirituality and all this occult stuff and psychosis is not as fine of a line as you think. And the first thing I want to do before I start this is to define what normal is per my psychiatrist, not psychologist, my psychiatrist. Each individual has a normal, has a baseline. And to define your normal, you have to define what abnormal is. So an abnormal quality is something that interferes with your daily life. In other words, you could think about unaliving someone, but as long as that doesn't interfere, those fantasies don't interfere with your daily life, that is not abnormal. Using OCD is a good metaphor. In other words, most people walk out of a room. If you have to touch the light switch 6 times before you walk out of a room, that is interfering with your daily life. Spirituality, occult things, spirits, goddesses, deity, all that is not going to interfere with your daily life. And 99% of the time, you don't hear different voices. When they talk to you, it's your own voice. And I demonstrated that in a video where I caught proof of it. It's this video right here. You hear the spirit, but in my head, it just sounds like my voice, like it's a thought of my own. So you do not hear voices in spirituality. You hear voices in mental illness. If a spirit or something prevents you from doing something or interferes with your functioning with daily life, that's not spirituality. That's mental illness, and you need to go see someone about that. That is also why most possessions are not possessions. They're mental illness. That's why the Catholic Church has to come verify that. There's a reason. If you're here and you can't figure out which is which, there shouldn't be any foreign voices. Your functioning in an everyday life will not be interfered with by spirits, spirituality, or any of that. This is just a general guide, okay? So I hope that helps somebody somewhere. I am tired, but also hungry. This is to be one of the most requested things I get asked, and I keep saying I'm going to make a video and I don't, so here we go. The majority of you already have been talking to them for years. Oh, it's the blue bag. It's just like Oriental flavor. Yeah. Most of us talk to ourselves. That wit gotta be that far in there for. I knew I was gonna do that. What is her name? It's just the tip of my tongue. Beverly. It's Beverly. Not everybody does it out loud. Some people do it in here. But many of us also answer ourselves. First flight out. Saturday. Don't take Sunday flight. Let me back up and change. Tuesday. Alright. Turn left. Left. Why do I feel like there's something missing from this spell? I have everything it needs, so why do I feel like I'm missing something? A random unknown piece of bone from the park you found last year. Perfect. You are going to hear your voice. Because if they didn't, you would wonder if you had schizophrenia. So many of you are being misled into thinking it's going to be this like spiritual experience. Gonna feel this totally new energy around you. You're not gonna feel anything different because these things, most of them have been around you your entire life. It's not gonna feel like a big, mountain moving event because you've actually been doing this almost your entire life. Basically, it's your voice, but not your thought. My God, you guys. So, you know how, y'all, often you ask me, like, how do I know if I'm talking to my spirits? How do they communicate with me? Well, this is what happened. I got proof. So I was reviewing my live the night before last, and when I'm making this necklace and I'm trying to figure out what to put in it that would do best, I caught an EVP. And not only is the EVP significant, what's significant is right after the EVP, you will hear me repeat what they said. I'm going straight to the clip. Angelica root. That's what I want. Angelica root. Put some.